Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. So today's class, we're going to be doing some traditional movements with a stretchy band, and then we'll also do some movements without the band as well. But just as a setup here, so I've got my band that I'm going to use right across my mat. We're going to sit on it to begin. So that's the setup. So when you sit on it, make sure you've got equal part band on both sides because we're going to use that for some side stretching and you want it to be even on both sides. Now, just a little bit of a note about the bands before we get started. Remember, there are different types of bands, different types of resistance. There's heavy, there's light, there's medium. I won't go through all the different bands today, but just know that you can get different ones. And each time you come back to this practice, you can create a completely different class for yourself just based on the type of resistance that you have. So that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to sit on the center of my band here. Good. And I'm relatively even, and I'm just going to start crisscross applesauce to begin. So finding a nice tall seat, whatever that looks like for you, thinking about ears, shoulders, and hips for a moment. Good. Zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. And we're going to take a little bit of a tuck in the chin. Good. Let's go into some neck stretches here to begin. I've got my chin to my chest. If it's safe for you to do so and you want to get a deeper stretch down the back of the neck, take your hands. You'll place them right on the occiput. Let's say that word right. Good. It's the curvature of the skull. Good. And you're just going to place them there. And gravity will give you that extra traction here. So there's no need to pull or tug. And then when you're ready, we'll just release that, coming back up. Good. We'll take the gaze and the chin where maybe your ceiling and the wall meet. And if you want a deeper stretch in the chin area here or the throat, take your jaw a little bit more forward. It'll make a funny face, but you'll feel a nice stretch right through here. You can even open and close or kind of go back and forth. Good. And we'll come back to center. Good. Left ear, left shoulder. You're stretching the side. Options from here. You can stay. You can walk out those right fingertips. You can extend that arm long, or you can take the left hand, placing it right above the right ear. And again, gravity is giving you the traction, so there's no need to pull or tug here. Yeah. And then when you're ready, we will come back up to center. We'll take that to the other side. So right ear, right shoulder. Ooh, this is my tighter side for sure. Good. We'll go right here. And then you've got all of your options. You can stay here. You can walk out those left fingertips. You can take that left arm kind of long and strong. You can take that right hand up, resting right above that ear. Good. And when you're ready, we'll release. Good. So again, sitting up nice and tall, belly button in. Just look to the left. So sternum and shoulders stay forward. So try to only turn to the neck and center and to the right and center and left. Pause here, maybe taking that chin down, coming up onto the right and taking that back to the other side. Good. And coming back to center. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale, we'll take just a gentle side bend here to the left. Good. Moving through center, taking that over to the right. And coming up, reach, reach, reach. We're going to take rotation to the left. Arms can come down here, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand through that rib cage. And when you're ready, we'll lift and come back to center. Take that to the other side. Arms come down, rolling shoulders back, looking more behind you. Breathe and expand. And then when you're ready, good, we'll lift and come back to center. Okay, so now we're going to grab our straps here. So remember, we're sitting on our strap. We've got equal parts strap on both sides. Hopefully, actually, I'm a little bit uneven here. I'm just going to scoot this a little bit more this way. Good. Okay. So I'm going to take mine and I'm going to wrap around my wrist maybe once or twice. And some of that depends on how long your band is. So if your band's really long, you might be able to do a double wrap. If not so much, like me, maybe just a single wrap. So from here, I'm just going to let this hand just kind of rest here. So this is my left hand. This is my right hand. So I'm just going to lift and I'm going to take a side bend towards the left. So the work in the core comes from when you come back to center. It's slow and controlled. The band wants to snap you back there. Don't let it. Good. And then we'll take this down and we'll lift and side bend and coming up and take it down one more time. We'll lift and side bend and coming up and coming down. Good. Now from here, because I didn't really do that, right? We'll come up. Good. So press up and just bend that elbow. So now you're getting tricep work, and we'll go for 2. Belly button still in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Just carefully come out of there. Good. And we'll take that to the other side. So now I've got my left hand. I'm going to take that arm up. I'm going to side bend over. And I'm going to control it when I come back in and taking that back down. And we'll lift. We'll side bend over, coming back up and taking that back down. One more time. Lift it up, side bend over, and come back up. Good. We'll take that down. Good. So sorry, wardrobe malfunction there. Good. So we'll take this up with triceps. So we'll go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And we'll take that down. So you can make this harder again by kind of coming up, rolling up here. Good. So I've got my palms facing behind me here. Good. And we're going to lift out to the side. Now, don't come up too high. So definitely you can come up a little higher than shoulders, but not higher than your ears, and keep a little micro bend in your elbows here too. So we just don't want it locked. So from here, good, palms are facing behind me. I'm going to lift 1, 2, belly button in. We're sitting tall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now hold that there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Just release that. Take your arms out to the side. Cross right arm on top of the left. Give yourself a nice big hug, maybe a lift and a squeeze and a lower, and then arms out to the side. Opposite arm on top. Give yourself a hug, a squeeze, maybe a little lift and a lower, and just shake all of that out. Okay, we're going to come onto all fours now. We'll move the band to the side. So you can always bring in a cushion, a folded blanket, a bath towel, something like that if you need extra knee cushion based on where you are. But I'm going to spread my fingers nice and wide here, rooting through the knuckles of the pinky and the pointer and the thumb. Knees can be a little bit wider than hip width apart if you've got some back issues today, but belly button is in. Good, just some basic cat-cow. Inhale on the cow, exhaling around on the cat. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. We're going to go into tail wag here, getting into the side body again. So I'm going to bend my right knee, and I'm just going to take that knee back from my other knee just a little bit here. So just kind of make sure you take this knee where it's more comfortable for you. And for some of us, it's just not going to be comfortable anywhere, but you can be more comfortable than other places. But from here, I'm going to let that right foot come out to the right as I turn to the right and look at it. And then that leg's going to cross over, coming to the left, and then I'm going to turn to the left and look at it. So I'm going to the right and left and right and left and right and left, bringing that down. If you need to come back and decompress the wrist for a moment, always take that option. And when you're ready, we'll go into that again on the other side. So same thing with your left knee, kind of take that knee where you need it here. And then when you're ready, good, we'll go over to the left and then the right and the left and the right, belly button in, really squeeze. Think about rib cage and hip. And coming back. Good. Again, if you need to decompress, we'll do that. We're going to stretch and crunch here. So from here coming up, I'm going to take my right foot back. I'm rooting through not the knuckles, but the big toe and pinky toe mounds. Wrong body part. Letting that right hip drop slightly, pressing back through that heel. Strong, even upper body, little micro bend in the elbow. So you're just getting that little stretch in the backside. Good. And then from here, I'm going to come up. Good. I'm going to lengthen. Maybe left arm comes up as well. You can also do this with both hands grounded. But from here, big inhale. Exhale, crunch 1. Inhale and release. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Keep with those or add it into a twisty. So elbow and knee go in opposite directions for 1. Exhale 2. Exhale 3. Exhale 4. Woo! Take that down. Find some decompression if you need to take that. Last time, last side. And when you're ready, coming back up, left foot's going to come back, grounding through big toe mound and pinky toe mound, letting that left hip drop slightly, pressing back through that heel, strong, even upper body, micro bend in the elbows. Belly button is still drawn up and in here. Good, and then when we're ready, good, we'll take those crunches. So I'm going to come forward. Good, I'm going to lift my right arm, but you can keep both hands grounded. And then from here, when you're ready, good, exhale, inhale, and 2, 3, and 4. You can stay with those or take it into a twisty for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reach, reach, reach. Taking that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Decompress 1 more time. And when you're ready, good. I'm just going to walk forward. I'm going to cross up my ankles. Coming back, come onto your back. And maybe it would feel good to you once you get down there to take your knees into your chest. Almost always that feels good to me. Also just a little bit of a habit pattern that I have. Good. So from here, just take your feet down. Rolling the shoulders back. Now while we're down here, before we get too far into this series, make sure that your band that you're using is close by within your reach. So you don't have to hunt for that here in a moment. But from here, good, I'm just going to roll my shoulders back. We're just going to go through some basic pelvic tilting. So finding your safe neutral, zip up from pubic bone behind the navel. Belly button is in tight towards the spine. I'm just going to rock that pelvis back. Good, closing any space underneath here and then taking it back forward. So rocking back, posterior tilt, rocking forward, anterior tilt. So going back and forward and back and forward. Good. Finding that safe neutral, rolling the shoulders under themselves, rocking that pelvis back, peel up one vertebrae at a time, lift into that bridge. Remembering your body will let you know when you should not come up any higher. While we're up here, can belly button be in a little bit more? Could you lift the heels coming onto the toes? Could you drop the heels? No, could you rock back on the heels, lifting the toes and the feet off the floor? Good. And taking those feet down and rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Good. From here, we'll add on. Rocking it back, peeling it up. Good. This time, maybe we really engage on the left side so that we can lift that right leg up. Good. And then maybe we lower and lift. Now lower the leg and lift. Lower hips and lift. Lower leg and lift. Hip, lift, leg, lift. One more. Hip, lift, leg, lift. That foot comes down. Even up those hips. Yes, we're still up there. Now engage that right side a little bit more. Lift that left leg up. Good, and here we go. Lowering hips, lifting hips. Lower leg, lift the leg. Lower hips, lift hips. Lower leg, lift leg. Belly button still in here. Lower hips, lift hips. Lower leg, lift leg. One more. Lower hips, lift hips. Lower leg, lift leg. Put that foot down. Even up those hips. And rolling that down. Taking knees into the chest. And rock, rock, rock side to side. Maybe head and neck need to come side to side a little bit here. Okay, we're going to go into hundreds here. So remember, you've got the no band option always. So knees can be in tabletop. You can, take your long diagonal line and be here. Those of us that want just a little bit more engagement. Okay, I'm just going to roll over to my side here. So there's a couple things you can do. If you're going into tabletop legs, you want to take that band underneath your shins, and then you'll cross here. Just make sure that when you're here and you're doing this, your legs are not doing this number. So you want to be able to have that control while you're there. Those of you that are a little bit more advanced and want the long legs with this, take the band on the top of the legs and you will cross over the opposite side. Woo, easier said than done. And if you're doing this version here, the band is not going to be flat around the feet, but you're crossed here, so you don't really have to worry about things rolling and snapping and that sort of thing. So once you're ready, find where you're going to go here, finding safe neutral. Inhale. Exhale, find your chest lift. Good. Find your legs. Start pumping here. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift higher, reach deeper, and take that down. Woo! Carefully remove that band if you use that for a variation. Have that band to the side. Good. So we're going to split up our series of 5 today, so we're not going to do them all at one time, but we'll do the first couple here. So going into single leg stretch, knees in tabletop, arms up. You're in that safe neutral, belly button in. Inhale. Exhale. C, curve it up. Good. Right knee in, left leg goes long. And we switch. And 2. And 3. And hips stay on the floor. And 5. 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. Really pull, really reach. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Bringing that down. Knees up towards the ceiling and just get a, well, use those opportunities. Take a point and a flex here. Good. And roll those ankles in one direction and then the other. And maybe spread the toes wide and squeeze them together a few times. Okay, single straight leg stretch. Arms up, inhale, exhale, C, curve it up. I'm gonna reach behind that left leg. Right leg's gonna come long and low. I'm gonna pull and switch, pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could you reach higher on that leg? 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Bringing that down and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. So grabbing your stretchy band. Now it will be important that that band is flat around your foot. So we're going to take it flat around the right foot first. Make sure you've got equal band off each side. Again, I cannot emphasize enough on this, how important it is for the band to be flat. If it is not, it will roll, snap, hit you in the face. You'll have a bad day. So be mindful of that. And again, remember it's a stretchy band, so you can kind of choke up on the band a little bit here. But your other knee can be bent or long. Good. I'm just going to kind of pull down a little bit here, just getting a little bit more core connection. So belly button is in. Good. And then when you're ready, good. Let's take some little circles here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe bigger ones. 1, 2, 3. Hips stay grounded. 4, 5. Think about core control. 6. And reverse. Large ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Same direction, smaller one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, good. Readjust your grip as you need, going into a stretch. Good. Taking that leg in, maybe arms behind you. Keeping that knee a little soft, so we don't want it to be locked. So for here, here's my soft knee. Here's my locked out knee. Do you see where that just looks horrible? So be mindful of that. It doesn't feel real good either. Good. And then we'll come back up. Good. So both bands are going to come into the right hand. Both hips, both shoulders will stay grounded. Take that right leg out to the right. You can hang out here, or you can tug in towards that shoulder. And when you're ready, we'll bring that back up. I'm going to lengthen my other leg here and just cross that body. So about a 45-degree arc or so, you might have to move that leg around to find your sweet spot. You can do a gentle tug over here, kind of find what you need. A little bit of a bend in the knee makes it actually a little bit of a bigger stretch for me. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll come back up. You can do a mid-air switcheroo here with the feet. Just again, making sure that that foot is nice and flat into that band. Good. Find what you need here. Elbows are going to come down, find your core connection. Your other knee can be bent or long. We're going to go into those circles. So remember, hips don't leave the floor. Starting with the smaller ones, we'll go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going into larger ones. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, belly button in, 2, and 1, going into the smaller one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, find the grip you need going into the hamstring stretch. So I'm going to take it back. Breathe and expand. Again, keep a little softness in that knee. And then we'll release both straps into the left hand, both hips, both shoulders stay grounded, taking that leg out to the left. You can hang out there. You can tug in towards the shoulder. Good, and then coming back in. Good, I'm gonna lengthen my other leg here. Just changing the grip with the other hand. Find your stretch. So sometimes people have to take the leg closer to the foot or closer to the face. Find your sweet spot. It's different for everybody. And when you're ready, good, we'll take that up and we'll remove that band. Good, maybe knees into the chest. Now we're gonna finish up that series of 5. We're gonna go into double leg stretch here. So knees into the chest, inhale, exhale, find your C curve. And here we go for 10. Inhale, 1, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. You can see curve it up for more challenge or take the upper body lower. You choose double straight leg stretch. Find what you need. Inhale on the lower, exhale on the lift for 1, 2, 3. Watch your safe neutral. 4. The lower you go, the harder it is. 5, but not at the expense of neutral spine or your back. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Bringing those knees in, lowering down, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Criss-cross. So remember, hands are behind the head. Elbows are out wide. We lead with the shoulder. Try to stay lifted the entire time with the upper body. And when you're ready, here we go. 1, 2, hips stay grounded. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Taking that down. Wiggle, 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 side to side. All right. We're going to roll like a ball. If that's not your jam, roll over to your side. Find a boat pose so that your core is still working. Otherwise, see curving it up. And we'll rock 1, 2, 3. Don't rock back on your neck. 4, 5, and 6. Woo! Coming all the way up. All right, we're gonna go into some roll downs and roll ups here. Some of you that know teaser, if you'd rather do that one, you're welcome to do that, but I'm gonna demo roll downs and roll ups. So remember, roll down only people. We're just gonna roll down, roll over to your side, come back up. So with the band, and some people like this as a training tool, some people do not. So it just kind of depends on the person. So I'm going to take this band around the top part of my feet, and I'm going to crisscross again. Good. So relatively flat, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So some of us we'll kind of tighten up here. Good. And you can get your roll down this way with a little bit of resistance and coming back up. You can do that coming all the way down. Good. Inhale, exhale. Oh, I'm still favoring that left side, but maybe not as much this week. Good. And you can go right into the forward fold. Good. So the band is an option here. Like I said, some people really like it. Some people don't. So you choose. Exhale on the way up. And we'll go one more. Ooh. Good. Coming all the way back up. If you use the band here, you can release that to the side. We're going to go into open leg rocker now. So some of you won't rock because it's not good for your back. So maybe you just kind of hang out here. So typically you hold the feet, but I have short arms because I'm a short person. So I have to modify that by coming to my shins. So you modify as you need to. If you're going to hang out here, just hang out here. Think about a long spine. Those of you that are going to rock with me will rock. So you'll have a C curve and you'll come up for one and fight for it to come up. And two. Woo. 3, 4, 5, and could we go for 6? Woo. Fight for it, come up there and hold it, hold it, hold it. Good, take those feet down, take your legs forward, just come into a little bit of a forward fold here. Just a little bit of a break. Good. So from here, when we're ready, I'm going to leave my legs just like this forward. They are relatively together, but if you need to be a little bit wider apart, you can. I'm going to grab my band again here. Okay. This time, I'm going to have the band flat around the feet, the bottom part of the feet. Good. So I've got equal parts band on both sides, and I'm going to wrap a time or two around my hands. Good. So from here, we're going to do a few little things. I'm going to take my hands to my chest. I'm nice and tall. Big inhale, exhale. I'm going to lean back. You'll know when it's your limit or not. And I'm going to control it as I come back up. And we'll go 2. Try to keep the feet on the floor. 3. And 4. Pause out here. Good. Open. Close and come back up. Come back. Open, close, come back up. Take it back. Open, close, come back up. Adding on again, taking it back. Open. Could you press behind you as you forward fold, bending the elbows and coming back up? And you might be like me and you realize you have to readjust your grip here a little bit, and that's okay. So from here, good, coming back, open, take it behind, bend, and come back up. Good. So this is a row variation. So taking it back, open, press behind as you roll forward, bending, coming back up. We'll do that one more time. Taking it back and open and taking behind you, bend and come back up. Good. So from here, I'm going to wrap again. I'm going to come back. Good. My arms are long here. Bicep curls. We'll try for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to just come up here. I'm going to release the band for a moment and just. All right. We're going to go into saw series here. I'm going to turn around and face you for this one just because it works a little bit better. Good. So I'm going to fold my band in half. Or maybe I don't need to do that. This is a wider band. So just have the band to the side here for a moment. Take your legs a little bit wider than body width apart. My feet are in flexion. Support the back of the knees if you're tight in the backside. Good, arms out to the side. And then from here, I'm just gonna rotate as a single unit and center. And rotate and center, belly buttons in, you're nice and tall. Rotate, center, rotate, center. Take it over into side bend. Go 1, sits bones stay grounded, come back. So really let it be a side stretch. And it's okay for the bottom elbow to bend here, and it probably will for everybody. Good. And one more. Good. Now from here, take your arms forward, spine stretch forward, belly button in. Good. Think about peeling off from head to tailbone, one vertebrae at a time, like if you were up against a wall. And as you do that, think about ears and biceps coming into alignment. And once you've reached your maximum, starting from the tailbone, belly buttons in, you're going to stack bone by bone, vertebrae by vertebrae, back on top of each other, just like you're pushing back up against a wall. And we'll do that again. And we'll round. So this is a C curve roll here. This is not a hip hinge forward. That's a different exercise. And this is what I call a sneaky way to do core work because it does require some core control here, some core awareness. We'll go one more. Remember, not all core work is about the abs. Your back muscles from pits to hips are also part of your core, and just relax and shake that out. Now, we'll do that with the band. So I'm going to thread that band between my pointer and my thumb. Good. So I'm going to take it up. I'm going to take it right over here. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to anchor my back hand down as I see curve and rounds. Okay. And then I'm going to come up. I'm going to open. So it's going across the chest. Careful it doesn't go across your neck. And then come back and round. And come back to center. And we'll do this a few times. So from here, good. Going to the other side. Anchor that back hand. Good. Round and reach. We're going to come up and stretch. Come back, round and reach. And come back. And we'll rotate. Backhand anchors, reach and round. Pinky finger reaches for the pinky toe. We'll come up, stretch, look back there. Come back and fold. And come back one more time. Good, other side. Backhand round, backhand grounds. And reach and round. And come up and we'll open. And come up and we'll fold. And come back up to center. Good. So from here, I'm just going to put this to the side for a moment as we get in place. We're going to come onto our side. So I'm just going to come onto my left side first, just so to face the camera here. So remember, you can do this different ways. You can do this up on the forearm. It's a little bit harder. Just watch the shoulder, lift through the torso. You can also be down here, which is where I'm going to practice. If you want to add the band onto this for at least the first couple, good. You're going to take that band flat around that right foot, your top foot. Good. Make sure it's nice and flat again. Good. And then you choose your challenge here. So the more you choke up on your band, the more challenge you're going to have, the more resistance you're going to give yourself. The less you choke up on it, the less resistance you're going to give yourself. So just kind of be mindful of that as we go. Your bottom leg can be long. That's going to be more advanced. It can be bent if you need that support. But from here, good. Rolling forward, you want to be on the hip bones, not back on the glute. Belly button is in. Good. We're going to lift 1 and pull. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. So now that leg's going to come back in line with the hip. Good. And we're going to bend, trying to keep foot, knee, and hip in alignment. I'm probably just going to bend this bottom knee here. Good. And press 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep resistance in both directions. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. From here, you can release that band. We'll bend both knees. We're going to go into a clam here. So we're going to keep the feet together here as we just open the top leg. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. From here, kind of pull that knee in, grab for that ankle, take that back, find a little quad stretch here if you can. Good. And then when you're ready, just release, come onto the belly. Good. Now have your hand or your band handy. Now I'm going to go ahead and just prep this band here. So I'm just going to fold my band in half because it's a little bit longer. I'm just going to have it to the side. Good. So my belly button is in. My legs are about hip width apart or even maybe a little bit wider than that. I'm going to come up onto forearms. You can clasp the hands together. You don't have to. That's a personal preference. But rolling the shoulders back, my belly button is in. I'm just going to kind of shine my heart forward a little bit. Good. Now I'm lengthening just a little bit, just enough to engage my glutes here. And we'll go into single leg kick. So I'm going to take my right leg up. Pulse, pulse, and lower. Pulse, pulse, lower. Tighten the glutes. If you don't tighten the glutes, you're going to wonder why are we doing this? Good. So good. Now flex, point, take it down. Flex, point, lower. Flex, point, lower. Flex, point, lower. Take that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Double leg kick. So some of you may not need your band here because you've got this bind back here. The band is nice for those of us that don't have the bind or can't do the bind without painful wrist or something like that. So I take the band across my low back here, and then I'm just going to work my hands together as close as I can get them. Palms are going to be facing up. Good. So I'm just going to start with my face towards the right. Good. Belly button in. I'm going to bend my knees. Inhale, exhale. Lift through center and bend and take that down. Head goes to the other side. Belly button in. Reach and lift and take that down. And again, head goes to the other side. Belly button stays in. The last time, reach, 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 and lower that down. You can release this band for right now. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, we're just going to roll over to the other side. Now I'm just going to completely come to the different side of my mat. Good. So bringing your band in again here for side series. Good. Whatever way is best for you to get there. This is the way that I recommend, which might not be what you see me do. Good. So again, you can be up on the forearm. You can be down with me, a long leg or a bend in the knee. You choose. Good. And remember, you're in control of your challenge here. You control your band. So that leg is hip height apart or hip height up, belly button in. Good. And we'll lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use your abs. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Going into the bend and stretch. Now I'm going to bend my bottom knee here for more support. Good. We'll bend and press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Good. And then from here, just remove that. We almost went to 10. Good. Got to be even on both sides though. Good. So bending in both knees here. It's easy to do when you get into your groove. Good. So from here, going into clam, and we'll open 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, bring in that knee, grab that ankle, find that quad stretch here. And then when you're ready, good. And the way that's best for you, we're going to make our way onto a plank. Oh, yes. So find a high plank. And these can be grounded here in this high plank like this, or you can be up here. Find yours. Belly button is in. Good. And let's hold this plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can lower down those knees. You can come back here and take a break. We're going to go into side plank on each side, and then I'm going to show you how to put that together in a plank flow. So from here, I've got my right knee down. Good. So I'm opening up to the left. So this might be side plank for some of you. This might be it for some of you. Maybe you're in a more higher full side plank. So find what you need. Good. You're lifting out of the shoulder. Shoulder is over or behind the wrist. And then when you're ready, good. And the way that's best for you, carefully come out of there. If you need a little bit of a break and decompression, just listen to yourself and take that. When you're ready, we're going to take that to the other side. So my back is going to be to you now. Good. And there's a reason for that with the flow, but my left knee is going to come down. Good. I'm taking my right leg long. I'm opening up towards the right, even though I'm balancing on the left side. So you can be here. You can be here. Good. You can find a more full side plank if that's where you are. Good. Watch the shoulders. Use your abs. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, in the way that's best for you, carefully come out of there. Now, some of you are going to move through center plank and go into a side plank and come in the center plank and go into the other side plank nice and slow. Others are going to pick that up a little bit and come with me. And so if you're going to flow with me, find your high plank first. Good. And then when you're ready, go over to one side and take that down. Go into the other side and take it down. And open and close. And open and close with a smile. Open, close, open, close. Woo! Take that down. Child's pose. Decompress those wrists. From here, when you're ready, let's just get one more little hip stretch in here before we finish in standing. So I'm just going to lift up into a downward facing dog. I'm going to lift my right leg up, bending that knee, coming into a pigeon on this side. Good. So I've got my right knee behind my right wrist. If this isn't for you, come onto your back, cross your right ankle over the left knee for a figure 4. Otherwise, just find a nice little pigeon stretch here. Remember, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal sensations. And then whenever you're ready, we'll carefully come up out of there. We're going to go right into the other side. So if you're on your back, just switch out your ankles. Otherwise, find down dog, left leg lifts, left knee comes behind left wrist. Find your pigeon here. And still breathe, so expand that rib cage. And then when you're ready, good, carefully make it back to downward facing dog. Good. From your down dog, just bend those knees. Just walk your feet forward to meet your hands. While you're down here, grab that little strap. I'm just going to dangle here for a moment in all fours. Just getting another little back stretch here, getting a little traction. Good. So you're holding on to your strap. So your arms are just going to ragdoll with you. So pressing into the feet, starting from the tailbone, just round up one vertebrae at a time, coming up to standing. Good. Now I've got my band. I'm going to take my band in half because I've got a large band. I'm going to thread that band between the pointer and the thumb. Good. And we're going to finish with some Pilates vitality wheel here. So take a wider grip. Good. And then from here, we'll come up. Good. I'm going to rotate. I'm bending my knees as I'm coming down, moving through center, coming all the way up. And we'll reverse that. Coming up. And one more time through. Good. Coming up. Good. Let's go back and finish the side that we started on. Good. And coming all the way up here. Whew. Let's get a nice stretchy here. I'm going to take this apart. Good. So threading between pointer and thumb. Good. Take wider than body width apart. Good. Just take it back. Find your sweet spot, which may or may not be all the way by the hips. You just want to stretch here. Good. And then taking that back up overhead. Good. Just get a little side bend and stretch, maybe a little tug. Good. And then coming back up, other side. And coming back, taking that down. Congratulations, you made it through this Pilates mat work class with the band. I hope you had fun. And remember, you can always come back to this video and get a different workout each time by incorporating different types of resistance bands into your practice. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon.